So first and foremost, babies are born different. There's a baby who's going to be born maybe unwell, another one is born at 2.5 kilos, another one is born at 4.5 kilos. So these children are not going to have the same needs. And the way these children communicate with your brain and your body via the breast will be different.
Hello and welcome once again to Ask the Experts, where you ask and we answer. And the expert in the house today is none other than a lactation. Okay, just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Wangeshi, popularly known as Mama Muthoni. I'm a certified lactation counselor as well as a certified child nutrition practitioner.
So she'll answer the questions that you asked on lactation, breastfeeding, little child nutrition, and so on. And on to our first question. What's the right diet for a breastfeeding mother? And does what I take as a breastfeeding mother affect the quality or even the quantity of the breast milk?
The best diet for a breastfeeding mother is whatever it is that is common in your culture or in your home. As long as it's a balanced diet, meaning you're getting your vitamins, your carbohydrates, enough fat, like everything is completely balanced. And you just add just a little bit of calories to it, because a breastfeeding mom needs about 400 to 500 extra calories per day. So as long as all that is met and you have enough fluids and water, then you don't need anything special per se. Food might change in taste and might change in terms of nutrition, depending on what you're eating, but more so depending on your child's needs. Meaning that even if me and you are on the same diet and we are breastfeeding a child the exact same age, my milk is likely to be different from yours based on my child's needs, because my child communicates with my body about what they need at that current time.
Okay, because I was about to ask you, so how does our children's needs resonate with the breast milk that we make? I mean, if you're eating ugali skuma nyama and I'm eating ugali skuma nyama, how does it come out differently for the two children?
So first and foremost, babies are born different. There's a baby who's going to be born maybe unwell, another one is born at 2.5 kilos, another one is born at 4.5 kilos. So these children are not going to have the same needs. And the way these children communicate with your brain and your body via the breast will be different. And you might find that the 2.5 kilo one will add weight a lot faster than the 4.5 kilo one, because the body knows that the smaller baby needs to make up faster for the weight that the baby did not get born with. You understand?
So there's some magic that plays out when the baby is breastfeeding.
It's magic and not magic. It's just from the baby's saliva.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the baby's saliva, and also by the time you're giving birth, your body knows. Like your body knows you've gotten a boy. Your body knows it's gotten a boy who's this weight. Your body knows that this child is unwell in this way if the baby is born unwell. If the baby is not born unwell, then the saliva from the baby and everything that is happening inside the baby's anatomy communicates with you through the breast. Then now the brain knows that, oh, we are getting a cold, let's give antibodies. Oh, we are catching this, let's make antibodies. And you'll find that also, if you're one of the moms who express milk today and milk 4 days later, especially if a baby gets unwell, are two different things. They don't look the same. But also you'll find that some babies need to gain weight faster than others, and others, as in it's just, breast milk is for your child, the child that is on your breast, or your child that you're carrying. Your milk is going to be made for that child, not for any other child.
Does this explain why we are told that even if I'm a breastfeeding mother and I placed a child on my breast who's not mine, they will refuse to suckle?
That's not true. They will suckle. More often than not, unless if it's a child who's a bit older, maybe 10 months, they won't. I've breastfed my nephew, like long term.
Okay.
It's called wet nursing. It used to happen even during slavery.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it happened during slavery and this is a white child with a black wet nurse, then why would a child not just take on the breast? A child will suckle from anybody.
Will that happen immediately, or the child will first feel that this is not my mother?
If the child is much older. That's what I'm talking about. As in, if a child is 10, 11, 12 months, they might refuse. But if it's a newborn, you can breastfeed an adopted child. It's not your child.
Even if they're already used to the mother's breast. Oh, interesting. Okay, so back to what we were eating in order to breastfeed. I believe one of the reasons for that question is this thing of I'm supposed to eat this much in order to produce breast milk? Because you've talked about the quality, but what about the quantity? Does how much I eat affect how much I produce?
Yes and no, but it's mostly a no. If you're eating a well-balanced diet based on your weight, your height, and adding just a bit extra, then you should have enough milk and maybe even make extra. But if you're trying to be on a calorie restricted diet, then that becomes an issue. But also you don't need to eat for two. So for example, an average woman needs 2,000 calories a day, right? You don't need to be taking 4,000 calories. You can take 2,500 and that should be enough. So you eat for one and like a quarter. It's not a lot more.
Because you know why I'm asking that? Because when you're a new mom, you get presented in the morning with like a whole thermos of soup, thermos of uji, thermos of tea, thermos of... And we can't just convince the world that we don't need to eat.
You don't need to eat that much. You might need to drink a lot more. And most times you'll find that moms who are breastfeeding are a lot more thirsty. And then you'll also find that moms who are breastfeeding are a lot more hungry.
Now that.
You're a lot more hungry because one, you need more calories. Two, you're tired. When you're tired, what does your body ask for? Energy. And energy comes from food. So you basically feel more hungry because you're more tired, but you're also feeling more hungry because you actually need just a bit more calories. You don't need a whole other person's.
So that means that it's not necessary that I eat according to that hunger feeling. It's not necessarily...
Well, you see, now I can't tell you to not indulge your hunger because also your body is communicating. And when your body is communicating, then you need to be listening to your body. So if your body is telling you that you're hungry, then you likely need to eat. But it doesn't mean that you need 4,000 calories in a day. That's what I'm saying.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
I don't need double.
You don't need double your calorie intake. And you also likely need to sleep more. If you're able to sleep more, sometimes you'll find that your hunger and your cravings, especially for sugar and carbs, goes down because most times your body will be craving for the carbohydrates and sugar because of how tired you are, because of the not being used to not sleeping at night, which is now new. Even if you're a fifth-time mom, it had stopped, then now you've gone back to waking up 4-5 times a night. So obviously your body and your brain is more tired and asking for more energy with carbs and sugar.
True.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Okay, when we come back, we will visit your second question, which is about detoxing while breastfeeding. Keep it locked. So on to your next question, which is, Wangeshi, can I detox while breastfeeding?
So the basic answer to that would be a no. Because like I said earlier, when you greatly reduce your calorie intake, that will greatly affect or impact your milk production. So the basic answer is no. I don't think it's recommended. The only thing that I think you should do or can do if you're trying to lose weight is eat a healthy, well-balanced diet. If you're trying to reduce on carbs, maybe when the baby is a bit older, 10, 12 months, you can try and reduce on your carbs and add your veggies and your proteins to make up for the calories of the carbohydrates. But I don't think it would be a good idea to detox because of the reduction in breast milk production.
Thank you for keeping it on Ask the Experts. Our third question to our lactation consultant: is it a must to breastfeed? And the person who asked this, I felt was feeling a little distressed because their next question was, what if I don't have the milk?
Is it a must? Really, it's not. It is the best thing. There's no arguing about that. The breast milk is the best thing, right? But if you're in a position where it's affecting your mental health, where it's bringing you tears and bringing you, as a mom, you're not feeling good about it, then you can always give formula. But the best thing for your baby is breast milk. Also, if you feel that you don't have enough, the best way to increase your breast milk is actually to breastfeed. But if you feel like it's affecting your mental health, you can look for an alternative, which the best next alternative is formula. But the thing with formula is it's the worst thing you can do from your milk production, because breast milk is supply and demand. And once you start giving formula, then you reduce the demand. And basically what will happen is the supply will automatically reduce. So then now it becomes a cycle of, I've given formula, I want to increase my breast milk, but my breast milk is going down, and then I end up giving more formula, and then your milk keeps going down. So it becomes like you keep feeling bad about it. But if you're in a place where you really feel that you want to increase your breast milk production and you feel like you're not being able to do it by yourself, you can always come to me on my inbox and book an appointment. My Instagram is @themothershipke, and I can help you on how you can increase your breast milk production naturally without really having to take anything, depending also on where you are in your postpartum life. And anyway, there are a lot of variants that come to that. Yeah.
To the last one, which is, how do I wean off a child from breastfeeding? Now, this one, my son is 1 year, 2 months old, and the approaches I've used aren't working. He refuses any milk. I have tried formula. I tried naan, it didn't work. I tried Cowgate, it didn't work. She tried a variety, it didn't work. And now he cries constantly, won't sleep at night. More than a 1-year-old child, he has refused to be weaned off breastfeeding.
So first and foremost, the natural term breastfeeding relationship, according to research for a human child, is between 2 years and 7 years. So a 1-year-old, based on research, is very young for you to try and wean. But if you're a mom who has decided that you want to wean, first you need to be cognizant that breast milk is very sweet. Vis-a-vis formula, if you actually just to get some in a cup and taste it, it has a vanilla-ish taste to it.
I won't say I've tasted, but that is true.
Yet formula is, it doesn't taste nice compared to breast milk. Yeah. And if you compare, let's say, breast milk and cow milk, breast milk still has such a sweet taste and tinge to it. So it is very acceptable that your 1-year-old is refusing this other milk. So on to weaning. One, first thing you can do if you're really trying to get your baby to take milk is, there's no really added value for formula after a child is 1. 2, you can use cow milk or goat milk or camel milk or whatever milk that you choose to do. Express your milk. Does your baby take the milk in a cup? She didn't say whether the baby takes a bottle or a cup. But you can give your baby breast milk from a cup or a bottle, but preferably a cup. After baby is 6 months, you're supposed to be given a cup. So express your milk, put it in a cup, give your baby to take. Once baby starts accepting the cup with the taste of breast milk that is familiar, start reducing the amount of breast milk that you put. So for example, if you're putting 100 ml of breast milk in your cup, put 75 ml of breast milk in the cup, top up with 25 ml of cow milk or whatever milk that you've chosen to put. Reduce this amount of the breast milk every 3, 4, 5 days. So day 1, you've put 100 ml of milk until, let's say, 1 or 2 weeks when the baby is used to the breast milk in a cup. So day 1 of trying to wean the baby out, you put 75 ml of breast milk, 25 ml of cow milk. After 5 days, make it 50 ml of breast milk, 50 ml of cow milk. Then another 5 days, reduce to 25 ml of breast milk to 75 ml of cow milk. Then now from there, just remove the breast milk and give the cow milk. The child will have gotten used to slowly getting used to the taste of milk. Because the other thing that we do a lot as Africans, I don't know whether they do it in the West, we are really harsh on children and we don't imagine that they are human beings like us. If someone was to remove you from Kenya and take you to China where they're eating things that you've never even heard of, and they're forcing you and telling you you can't eat ugali, you can't eat rice, you can't eat nyama choma, you can't eat all these things, you'd feel so bad about it. Yet we're expecting that you'll wake up one day, put what is it called, pilipili on your breast,
Or sellotape.
Yeah, or sellotape, and then just imagine the child is going to stop. It's going to be really distressful for this child. Now that is now getting the child to take another milk. The second thing now is trying to wean the baby off the breast. So one of the things you can do first is now replace the breast milk with something else. So for example, if you're feeding 5 times a day, give the baby a cup at least once a day or twice a day. Do this for about 2-3 weeks. Then now drop another feed, drop another feed, drop another feed, like that. Start with the day and then finish with the night. Nights are harder because of the soothing effect, and the children get a lot of love and comfort from breastfeeding. It's not just about feeding. Yeah. So start with the day and then do the night. And then now with the night, once you have successfully done the day and you're still having issues with the night and you feel that you still want to do the night, you can now give them something else. Give them like a blanket to hold, or give them hugs. And by this time, your child should be maybe around 14, 15 months. I'm imagining this is about a 2-month process. It's not something that's going to happen quickly. So by 14 or 15 months, your baby should be more understanding. Like they can understand a bit more of what you're telling them. So when they wake up at night, you can tell them, no nyonyo, come we hug. No nyonyo, come we cuddle.
And then they'll come and cuddle and cry.
Be patient. just be patient. If that's a decision that you have made, be patient. And also at night, you can say it's only at this time that you're going to do it. And even during the day, it can also be the same thing. I'll only breastfeed you when I'm seated on this chair at this time. Because toddlers go understanding. They go understanding. And the more you tell him it's only on this chair and at this time, he'll understand. And just try and avoid that chair then. So you avoid that chair today, let's say in the morning, but now let's say at around 10 o'clock you give him. So it's not at he just pop like that you have stopped breastfeeding a child. You know, it's hard on them, and it'll also be hard on you on your breast. And the hormones, if you just stop like that, it's going to be really crazy on you, and you're going to be so upset with everybody, and then the child is crying all over the place, and then you're angry because of your hormones. It's going to be a madhouse. So do it slowly over a period of 2 or 3 months. Give yourself grace and also be gracious to the child.
Wow. Thank you. But then again, like you've said, so many things are different with individuals. Yes. Even those hormones are different. Yeah, they're different with but individuals.
Hormones drain a havoc, especially if you stop just.
So we have an expert, and that is good, and she gets your questions answered. But then again, it does get to that individual level where a mother is individual and a child is individual, and maybe we need to embrace that. That is why we have such people who I didn't grow up knowing there was. I mean, we depended on aunties and mothers for this, but that's why we have such. And actually, I personally follow her for personal reasons, and I believe they are all worth it. Follow her on Instagram. She's the Mothership KE, right? Yes, the Mothership KE on Instagram. That's where she is, and I believe that's why we have such people on such spaces, so that you can take to her your individual, you know, problem, your individual
concerns.
Concerns, and she can speak to you as an individual with all factors held constant. Your baby, you, your hormones, your history, and everything in between. Right?
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.